Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Oaklawn Park here on Saturday. It is the 13th of April, 2024. Gonna look at the stakes races on the program from Oaklawn, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Remember to go check out my Grand National preview from Aintree today. It looks like it's going to be an excellent race there, so I hope you check out that preview. But some races stateside from Keeneland and here at Oaklawn with the Apple Blossom. So we're going to look at the Apple Blossom and also the other stakes race, the Count Fleet. So races 8 and 10. Let's get to it right now races 8 and 11 from Oaklawn. So let's get to it right now. The 8th race from Oaklawn, it is the Count Fleet Sprint Handicap. It's a grade 3 event going for $500,000 purse races for 4-year-olds and upwards here. We have a field of, let's see, 8 horses going 1,200 meters or 6 furlongs on the main track. I'm going to go with the number 6 horse here, Tiano Twist. I'm going to go 6247 in the superfecta. 6247 super. Top selection is 6 horse Tiano Twist. This 5-year-old gun by Practical Joke. Chris Hartman trains. Christian Torres gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came 16th of March here at Oaklawn. 6 furlongs in the grade 3 Whitmore Stakes, and he finished second by nose that day. He saw a good pace to close up into that day. Jackson Traveler, who's having a great winter, cruise controlled on the front end. This horse, he sat back early. He closed up from nowhere. He just missed. He ran his heart out. You're going to see a lot more pace in this race today. I think it could be that could suit up for this horse here today, and I think he's run races strong enough to win here, and I'm going to give him a shot to get the job done. 2 back, he ran on the here at Oaklawn on the slop. 6 furlongs start of February in the King Cotton. He finished second by 3 1/4 lengths that day, and he was very wide that day. He moved a little bit late, but Skelly was absolutely flying on the slop. But this horse, he ran his heart out there. And then prior to that, and then ring the bell at Oaklawn, 6 furlongs, 8th of December. He won by 5 lengths again, way out of it early on. They were flying on the front end. When he quickened up, he got the job done. A very good performance there. He likes this track. He's 7-3 on it. He even, with 3 victories, he's finished in the money 7 times. So it's not bad at all. Like I said, he's definitely run races fast enough to win here. I'm going to give him a shot here at 3-1 on the ticket. I think your second likeliest winner here is a 2-horse Jackson Traveler for Flavian Pratt and Steve Asmussen. This veteran here, it seems like he's always running every year and always running these good races. This winter, it looks like he's having a bit of a renaissance. Most recently, last time out in the Whitmore, he won by a nose that day with a 97 Beyer career best. He stalked, he got the lead, he flew home late. That was a very good gritty performance. Prior to the B. Thomas Memorial at Sunland going 6.5, he won by 3 lengths. A good confidence builder going down to the lower class. He didn't have a good race before then. The King Khan took him to the Midwest or to the Southwest, and he really took off clear there. This Maryland bred, like I said, he always runs these bang up races, and he could definitely get the job done. I'll use him here on the ticket. And also the 4-horse Skelly. He's come back from Saudi Arabia, where he had a very good place in the Riyadh dirt sprint at King Abdulaziz, and then prior to that, in the King Khan, he won by 3 1/4 lengths. Let's see how much the trip to the Middle East took out of him. He could definitely win also, but I do think the other two are likelier winners in the spot. But to recap my selection for the 8th now from Oaklawn, it's the Count Fleet Sprint Handicap. Gonna take the 6-horse here, Tiano Twist. Give kudos to the 2-horse Jackson Traveler and the 4-horse Skelly. 6247 Super, 624 in the multi-race. To race number 11 now from Oaklawn. It's the feature of the program. It's one of the premier races of the winter from Oaklawn. It is the Apple Blossom Handicap. It's a grade 1 event going for a $1.25 million purse race for fillies, mares, 4-year-olds, and upwards. We have a field of 9 horses going 1,700 meters or a mile 16th here in the Apple Blossom. I'm going to go get a little wacky with this one. I'm going to go with the 8-horse Bellamore. I'm going to go 8-9-4-3 in the superfecta. 8-9-4-3 super. Top selection 8-horse Bellamore. 6-year-old mare by Empire Maker here. Stephen Asmussen trains. Keith Asmussen gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came 9th of March here at Oaklawn, a mile 16th in the grade 2 Azari. And the horse finished 3rd by 3 3/4 lengths that day, and he looked like a winner. He drifted, though, badly into like the 10 path. What was that horse that ran an Aqueduct last week in the Carter that always drifts, kind of drifted like that. Maybe not as severe, but still, it cost him the race. He just couldn't keep the straight course. He ran his heart out, though. Coming here today, gonna have to overcome one poster, but he has races under his belt that could definitely beat these horses, and I think he can get the trip to win. Two back, again, against lesser quality horses in the Houston Ladies Classic at Sam Houston, mile 16, 27th of January. He won by a neck that day, and again, he sat back early, slowly moved his way into the race, and he got the job done, winning by a neck with a 91 Beyer. That was a good confidence builder there. there. And then the Fall City Handicap at Churchill going a mile and eighth on the 23rd of November. He finished 7 by 9 1/4 lengths there, and he didn't have the best beginnings. He was wide, and it just wasn't his day to win. And then turned back the Alarm at Aqueduct over the mile and eighth. He finished 4th by 7.5 lengths that day, and he lost all chance at the beginning because he didn't get out of the gate so clearly. But if you look at some of his races as of recently, they haven't been half bad. He's training well. I'll give him a shot on the ticket. I think a way outsider would be the 9-horse Shotgun Hottie for Paco Lopez and Cherie DeVoe. Another horse, he's just at the mercy of the poster his last few. Last time out 8 of 8, 9 of 9, 7 of 7, 6 of 6. Today 9 of 9. So one of these days when he gets a good poster, he's going to win by a country mile. But most recently, last month in the Azaria Stakes, he finished 4th by 4 1/4 lengths that day. He had a very wide trip. He needs something more late, but he's going to have to save ground today. I do think getting Paco up, who seems to know this horse a lot better than anybody else going through his form guides, I think that's going to be the key for this horse's victor today. Due back in the Bayou Cove in the mile 16th, he finished 6 by 4 3/4 lengths. First start since midsummer. He just needed the race there. He never got into it. And then the Molly Pitcher at Monmouth over the mile 16th. He won by a half length. He had a wide trip that day from a wide poster, but he sat back early. He slowly moved his way into the race, and he got the job done there. And then he won the Lady Secret at Monmouth, going mile 16th in June quite nicely by open lengths. A very good, easy ride. Didn't even get the whip that day. He's proven he could win over this track. Won here last March quite nicely by 1 1/4 lengths. Came back in the double dog there where at Keeneland, where the horse again had a wide trip, but he's training well locally. I would use this horse shot on the ticket, and I think the 4-horse Adair Manor for Juan Hernandez and Bob Baffert coming in from Southern California looks like he's going to be the main front end speed. Most recently won the placed in the Beholder Mile where she just missed lay. I thought she won a little bit more ground, but he ran her hard out that day. And then the Breeders' Cup Distaff, it was just facing too tough competition. But if you look at the horses, his horse is running in Southern California. Again, not the best competition there in small horses, small field size there. She was winning quite nicely. She won the Santa Maria, won the Margarita, won the Clement Hirsch, won the Zenyatta. The only tarnish in her campaign last year was that Breeders' Cup Distaff. I think she goes up a little bit longer with the mile 16 trip. I'll give her a shot here at 9 to 5, but she is stepping up in a lot of class considered to some of those Southern California races. So I do think the other two are a little bit, these other horses are slightly classier than her. But to recount my selection for the 11th from Oaklawn now, it's the Apple Blossom Handicap. We're going to take as a top selection 8-horse Bellamore. Give kudos to the 9-horse Shotgun Hottie and the 4-horse Adair Manor. 8943 Super, 894 in the multi-race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everyone.